Hello, everybody. Uh, the weather's getting chilly here in early September already, so it's quite nice though. Um, uh, yeah, out and about, good cycling weather. Anyway, lately I've been thinking about brainwash. I think about that a lot. Everybody around the world knows what brainwashing is. It doesn't matter what language you speak. Most people know what that word means, or they think they do. They've heard it, they've used it uh, in derogatory ways or whatever. But it's an interesting topic. Um, you know, People talk about cognitive dissonance and all these other theories, uh, social maximization. There's a bunch of them that I'll probably discuss some other time because it's a little windy today. But anyway, um, yeah, we've all been brainwashed, and some of us get brainwashed once, more or less. Depending on how educated we are and how curious we are, and that's the end of it. We are conditioned to think and believe what we think and believe, and then that pretty much sticks with us for the rest of our lives. In terms of like broad understanding of how things work and worldviews and those kinds of opinions and ideas and belief systems and so on. But some of us are re-educated one way or another, like you go off to school and you come back an atheist. Something like that, or you join a cult, or you are in a country with a repressive government and you're not allowed to think out loud or something like that. Anyway, these days we're constantly brainwashed because the means of disseminating information and advertising and propaganda and all that is so much more sophisticated, and we're awash in it. We're swimming in it day in and day out. So something's always working on us, and unless we're really, really diligent, we fall victim to these things quite often, and we'll say things that we don't believe when we think about it more carefully. Like we'll parrot somebody talking about something. I recently saw Mehdi Hassan debate a conservative kid. Stephen Woodford was analyzing it. He did a really good job of breaking it down, but the kid was basically parroting Curtis Yarvin, and I've read his stuff and I know what he thinks, and he parroted it in a very clumsy and kind of stupid way. As a kid, he just really wasn't very sophisticated and very proud to be entertaining and to get feedback from the audience, clapping and laughter and so on. And I was thinking about hitch slaps.
Fourth, for condemning my friend Stephen Fry for his nature, for saying you couldn't be a member of our church. You're born in sin. There's a revolting piece of casuistry that's sometimes offered on this point. Yeah, we hate the sin only. We love the sinner. Stephen is, I'm sorry to say, not quite like other girls. It's his nature. Actually, he is like other girls in that he's, when I last checked, absolutely boy mad. He's not being condemned for what he does, he's being condemned for what he is. You're a child made in the image of God. Oh, no, you're not. You're a faggot. And you can't join your church and you can't go to heaven. This is disgraceful, it's inhuman, it's obscene, and it comes from a clutch of hysterical, sinister virgins who've already betrayed their charge in the children of their own church. For shame, for shame.
Back in the day when Hitchens would debate theists and rabbis and priests and people like that, after he wrote a book about something like religion poisons everything or whatever. Anyway, uh, yeah, it brings me back to that. One thing I just wanted to think about was this concept of forget what it's called, agency something or another. Anyway, the basic idea is that if you want to understand something, if you're studying something, and this came from uh, ethnologists, the science of ethnology, I think. Anyway, the idea is that if you're going to analyze something, you need to first understand what you're analyzing in depth. So if I'm going to try to understand the way you think very carefully, then I can start to analyze it. And another element of that is another theory, and I forgot who came up with it. I'll have to go look it up and come back at you. But anyway, um, is to analyze analysts as analysts. So when you're analyzing an analyst, you recognize they're analysts and you analyze them based on understanding what they are and what they do. So these two ways of seeing things or looking at things are very powerful in gauging and understanding just how much you've been brainwashed or influenced and so on and so forth. There's a number of I don't know if you call them tools, but maybe tools like that that people can learn about and then utilize in their systems thinking. Once you're kind of aware of these techniques, I guess, or ways of looking at the world, you can't unsee how you're influenced and on a daily basis, and you can become more self-observant and aware and more capable of understanding what it is that you truly think and believe. You can look at a thing, understand it carefully and clearly. You can look at critics of the thing, understand their criticism clearly, so analyze the analysts. And then you can, think about things your own way, the way you want to think about them, and then probably arrive at something that's more intellectually honest in terms of your own point of view. So I'll come back to this because it's quite interesting. I'll make some notes and talk about it again. So anyway, have a good day and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.